Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Actually works, yeah.
Okay. Let me beautify myself. Okay. No water. Um, right, say hello to people there.
Hello, people. There.
Hello, everyone. This is Cedric. This is
I'm not. Nah, just no.
this is Adrian. Adrian Bridal.
Yep.
To win. We're gonna talk with ourselves, but you can have a peek into that about drama student life and acting life. So, Adrian, what projects are you in this semester?
This semester, I'm currently in 2 projects. One is acting for theatrical audience. One is acting for a children's audience from ages 4 to 7. 4 to 6.
So, how about Desires Blade? What is it? What does it fall into?
Desires Blade would fall into more the adult realm rather than children.
Yeah. I see.
I hope.
Yes, quite for adults.
I think so.
I'm in how many projects? I don't know, but I'm directing 1. I'm stage managing 2, acting in Desires Blade, and having a 1-person show on my own. So,
How do you find it different from directing a piece and directing yourself?
directing someone else and directing myself. Oh, let's say directing myself, I find it a bit harder because I'm learning how to direct, but when you direct people, you're outside.
Yeah.
So you can see what's going on, and if you have a vision for the piece, you know where it's going, and so you can give feedback to people. But when you direct yourself, the challenge is you can't see yourself. So what I usually do is to film myself every rehearsal. But even that, it's different between filming your performance and seeing it with your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if I was ever doing a one-man show, I would need other people there to watch it.
exactly, and that's what I've been doing. I had Adrian and David to come and watch the shows, and they gave good feedbacks. Also, helped me with ideas. But you know why I wanted to do it alone? Because I did one woman shows before, and I was directed by someone else. So then the script was co-written between me and my director. But now I thought I have my story, I want to tell it. So why don't I try directing myself? Because the story is quite unique. It's about Vietnam and Ireland, and I'm not sure if I could find someone who has the same interest, same vision as me.
Yeah.
Now enough talking about me. So Adrian, do you like acting?
Hate it. Yeah, no, I love it. I love acting.
He's an actor, that's why.
See, yeah.
That's why I don't believe anything we say, don't take it very seriously because we are acting, okay? We know you're watching it, so we are putting out the best of us for you to see.
Yeah. And go.
Okay, Adrian. What am I supposed to ask you?
I don't know.
Where was I?
You were talking about acting and how much I love it.
So you love acting
Yes, I do.
more than anything else?
Yeah, I'd say music is quite high up there, but no, I'd say acting would trump it. Acting would get better, I think.
Okay.
So I feel there's more I can do with acting. With music, if I'm playing the guitar or piano, I'm restricted by the actual instrument. But with acting, I'm not restricted by myself. and just do what I want and go wherever I want, especially if I have someone else to play off with.
Yeah.
So there's no restrictions, I feel, unless
That's right.
you got a director who restricts you.
Uh-huh. I can see what you mean. Now we can talk about that later. Um, yes, I agree with you. Where you said, what did you say?
I said there were no restrictions.
Yes, there's no restriction because that's the same thing I found with other forms of art. You have to depend on the instrument or the medium.
Yeah.
Now, for dance or theater, I love dance too. Your body is your instrument, and it has, I believe, it has an infinite ability if you're committed to exploring it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just your body, and especially if you have a scene partner who gets you, and you guys can feed one another off very well. Now, okay, so talking about, we talked about directing someone else, or I did. How about being directed by someone else? As actors,
Yeah.
we usually, are directed by other people. How do you think about being directed by someone else?
For me, I need to have someone directing me. Because I've tried to direct myself and directing other people, and I just can't do it. I need to have someone direct me. However, they need to let me do what I want. Not in an uncontrolled way, but in a controlled way.
Okay.
If I have an idea and I'm boxed in, they're saying you can only do this and this, then it won't go well. But if they are saying, I want this done, but you've got a million ways to do it, go for it, then I'll do it.
Yes, that's right. So, and what do you want, or what do you need? What do you expect to get from a director?
One thing is trust. I expect that if the director wants me in a piece, he should trust that I know what I'm doing. But also, I think is to not have this kind of grip on it. I think as well he needs to be able just to let it go and be thinking that even if the director he has some views, the actors will have views as well.
Yes.
And it's when they both come together, that's when the piece is actually made.
Yes.
Whereas on its own, it's only half the view. So I think as well, the director cannot be a dictator. I think he needs to collaborate with everyone.
Yeah.
And if an actor is bringing it this way, the director needs to be able to follow and see if he likes it, and if not, then we'll start again.
Yeah. And there were some directors in the past, famous, and they viewed actors as puppets. And I was kind of, very interested, but also a bit offended. Because I take acting seriously too, and actors are by no means puppets at all. Because if you need puppets, if you think of actors as puppets, why don't you just use
puppets.
real puppets? That's even more interesting.
Yeah, because I think some directors, they have an idea and they think this is the only idea I'm going to have, and you have to play it my exact way.
Yeah, so I think for a director, a very important quality is flexibility.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you want to carry your vision throughout the play, and it's good when a director has a vision. However, a vision is not the same as a fixed path.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you want these points, right? And then, but how to get from this point to this point, the way may not be too straight, but can wiggle, and so let your actors do your job.
Yeah, I think directors know the destination, but let the actors drive it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So, have you had a good director in your acting life?
Yes, I have. In my acting life, I have had a good director. I think I've had my share of good and bad directors. I've had some directors that say, do the scene, I do it. Okay, that's fine, don't want anything more. When I've only just got the script. So clearly they don't even know what they're looking for. But I've had some really good directors who have said, right, try it this way, try 10 other ways, then see what fits what you think is best. And for me, when that happens, I find that's the best.
Yeah.
Great for me.
Yes. Say I had a very good director, that I didn't really like them personally at the time because, you know, it was very harsh.
Yeah.
But like I appreciated their direction because I know it's good for me professionally.
Yeah.
And yeah, now being a director myself, going through all the same thing, having to deal with actors and you know, text stuff and everything, like just being responsible for the whole project. I really appreciate them now and their work. And what they did was, as opposed to a not so good director, first of all, they have a vision, and it's a good vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but they also, yes, they let me try things. It's like they don't force me into a mode of a character they want.
Yeah.
But you know, they give me room to be myself because obviously, as an actor, I don't think you can completely transform into like someone else who's 1,000 miles away from you. You have some part of yourself
Yeah.
in it.
It'll always be some part of you.
Yeah. So a good director would understand that they need to build the character from the real person,
Yeah.
not just okay. I have this person. I'm gonna turn you to someone completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in my directing piece. It's yeah. So I picked those people. Well, I didn't pick them based on the looks, which in from my experience in America, watching American shows
Yeah.
in film and theater, it happens quite a lot that the looks are the focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I try not to do that. So you know, there's a feedback that the two people who are in love in my piece, that they said they don't look. He doesn't look her type at all. And maybe in real life he's shorter than her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so what? I'm I'm not going with conventions, okay? What's wrong with a guy being shorter than a girl? Remember we talked the other day about how people have certain standards when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
Tell me about it again.
Yeah, from what I found, what some people believe is you can only, for a guy, you have to have a six pack and work out constantly to get a girl. And for a girl, you have to be really thin. And yeah, that's so stupid. And be training in the gym and just pretty much.
A girl has to train in the gym too?
I think so.
Does she
yeah.
need to
I've
have
heard
six
this. No,
packs?
no, but like a really like a flat line stomach.
Oh.
So
Do I look thin?
yes.
Really?
In a good way, yeah. Yes.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're Vietnamese and you're listening right now, he says I'm thin. In Vietnam, you know, Vietnamese people, my Vietnamese friends, any of you have ever thought I'm thin? No. To tell you the truth, I'm considered bigger than average in Vietnam. Yes. And everywhere else outside Vietnam, they said I'm skinny.
Yes.
Well, I'm not. I don't think so. But I'm average. But I don't think I'm big. You know.
No.
But I grew up being told I'm big. I've gained too much weight in Vietnam. Yeah. So it's just see how ridiculous conventions, expectations, standards are,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I was watching actually something by Sir Michael Caine, and he was saying that never do full frontal nudity because it takes a person's eyes off what the actor's doing and onto their body. And I think in a lot of American TV that seems to have what happened.
He said
Don't
never do
full frontal nudity because it takes the audience's eyes off what the actor's doing onto themselves.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's right, no harm, but you can see there are some bad actors about. Yes, they're very beautiful, but they aren't that great at acting.
Tons of them out there. But so how about partial nudity?
Yeah, oh
or,
no, that's fine. But he was saying as like if it was just his opinion, so you can agree or disagree with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But he was saying basically, if you show too much, then the audience will start looking at that instead of and
Yes.
talking about that instead of focusing on what you're
That's
saying
right.
and what you're doing and what your character is feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's the first time I've heard of his point.
First
It's
time as well.
interesting.
Yeah.
Now I have my point of view about nudity in film is as long as it serves the purpose.
Yes.
And well, then the question will be, you know, is it really an awful purpose? Like, who can determine if it's for a purpose or if it's just for for the show,
Yeah.
like for the box office? Like, you may say, the director may say it's art, but critics or the audience may not agree with it.
Yeah.
Now, but yeah, I haven't really done any thing relating to nudity so far in film. But I think as an actor, you just if it's a job you have to
Yeah.
do, but be picky
Yeah.
with a good script and everything.
Yeah.
You know, don't sacrifice yourself.
I
from that.
agree.
Yeah.
Like for me, anytime I've done like even partial nudity where it's topless or whatever, I don't just do it for the sake of it. I know, can you believe it? And like I don't mind doing that, but I think having nudity for the sake of nudity is just pointless.
Yeah, and it makes you look stupid, really. Right? And you don't want to fall into that kind of actor. So, talking about nudity, I'm thinking of, intimate scenes,
Yeah.
kissing scenes or sex scenes. So, have you done intimate scenes on stage?
Not really. The most would be just kissing.
Okay. How do you feel about it? How did you make it work?
First thing is making sure that the person knows who you are and knows who they are themselves. I think it's always getting into your head that it is acting. You
Yeah.
know, I think too many people have in their minds that if, say for instance, we're doing an intimate scene on stage, then it means in real life we're going to be together forever. And it's not true at all, because on stage it's just due to the physicalization and there are not many internal feelings going on.
Yeah.
Like I've no problem in intimate scenes at all.
You like it? You want
I've no problem. But I think it's getting that realization that it isn't real. But no, yeah, how I deal, firstly I talk to the person and just make sure I say, right, what's comfortable, what's not. If you're not comfortable doing something, then we'll cut it.
So I had one experience of kissing on stage, a male actor, and we didn't have lots of direction at that point. It's just the director that day asked, okay, today we've been pretty much into our rehearsal process, so can you kiss today? And we're like, okay, yeah. And we just did it. We didn't really talk about it in advance.
Yeah.
So we did it quickly because we were both kind of professional about it.
Yeah.
But I think Mark, our director, I think he did it well. That tried different ways to make us feel comfortable
Yeah.
by giving us room for privacy to talk about it, and then just like sending us that article.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's good checking the other person's boundaries and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, also Michael Caine, in one of his tutorial for film acting on YouTube, he talked about kissing on the screen, and he said, the less you know about your scene partner, the better. Yeah, so he said, usually I just come to the scene, the set. I joke a bit with my scene partner, and then make sure you smell okay, and then we just do it. Like the less you know about them, the better, because the more of a friend they are to you, the more awkward it becomes. So that's a point, but
Yeah.
I don't really mind kissing friends or something on stage. If it's a job, you have to do it. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, folks, if you look two characters kissing on stage, to you it's the characters kissing, to us it's the actors physicalizing the kissing. I remember my onstage kiss. They said, the first time we did it, my director said it looks very passionate, and we barely touched our lips. Yeah, but somehow, because it's not just about the kissing, but we were acting the emotions, the attitude, the vibe. So yeah, it makes the kiss real. Yeah.
I think as well, to not make it weird. Some people do make weird. Like I remember I was doing a kissing scene with someone, but she didn't make it weird at all. After we did the kissing scene and we were rehearsing the scene together, we were like, right, let's just go for lunch.
Yeah.
We're back just being friends. Whereas some people are thinking,
Oh my God!
some
I'm
people are
starting
like
to
that.
have some feelings for you. like, I felt something. Like, cause maybe you're supposed to feel something
Yeah,
when you kiss, but then that's the character,
Yeah.
But I think just some people will take it like personally,
Yeah.
carry it into back into their real life, whereas I don't
It's
know.
better just leave it, I think.
Yeah, and
Personally.
it's just it depends a lot on how you think of it. For
Yeah.
me, it's purely professional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
So we mentioned job all the time. What do you think about acting? Like, because some people think it's kind of like depends a lot on luck, and lots of people or some famous actors become successful overnight. How do you think about it? Do you think acting is easy or hard? Or
I think no matter how big or small you are, acting is difficult. I don't think there are any easy ways to get in. Like those people who have said, I just became big overnight, they're probably had 10 years of complete failures that we don't know about.
that's
You
right.
know?
Exactly.
So I think that acting, and I've learned myself, it's not something to be taken lightly. And like I've learned over the years that it's something you need to continuously work at. And it's kind of this way, do you ever play football?
No, but I play sports or do yoga.
Good. We'll go for football. If you're playing football, being part of a team, if you're just there to score a goal, you probably won't end up scoring a goal. But if you're there as part of a team, you could end up scoring. And same with acting. If you're doing acting just to get famous or whatever, it's not going to happen. But if you're doing it for the love of it, for some unknown reason, you might just go to the top.
Yeah. I see what you mean. I totally agree with you. And some people, we think that they succeed overnight, but not really. I think I read a book on film acting in America. It's a very good book by no, I don't remember the name, but very good book. The author has been an acting coach, manager, agent for many years and he's based in New York. So he said there's no such thing as overnight success except for a very few rare cases. And then he did give you tons of examples, so he lists all the well-known, the actors who become well-known after just one Netflix show. And then he pointed out that how many Broadway, off-Broadway or off-Broadway shows they did before being cast in that show.
Yeah.
So what happens is they did lots of shows in New York, and then casting directors will come and see those shows, and if they like what the actors are doing, they will cast them in the show. And so really, because the audience, they just know them from the big screen, they don't know them from, they never go to live theater, for example, go to more live theater. But because they never see the actors before they appear in the show. That's why they thought, oh, he suddenly become famous. No, that's not true.
I think as well, the people who do, I know there are a few who come famous just like that, but if you see people who've come famous just like that, they forget about the acting craft because they think I've just made it, so they stop trying.
Yeah.
So they peak at a certain level, and that's all they'll ever be.
Yeah.
So say after they've done one show, they won't get any better. So more than likely after one show, they just go down again, and no one will want to cast them anymore.
Or they're just typecast for the same thing over and over again, and that's so boring. I think. Hang on, before we're talking about what good acting is, I just mentioned something that I forgot.
You were talking about typecasting?
Even before that, where they live theater, and then Netflix shows. I don't remember what I was talking about. Live theater. Oh yeah. I hope live theater never dies out. Yeah. Oh yes, and this relates to good acting. I think even if you want to do film later on in your career, it's good to have some training in the theater because remember I told you about screen actors are just dead in their body. They just because there's so many close-ups and just focus on the upper part of your body that you forget that you have your whole body. So after a while, you're good from here to here, but you're kind of dead as an actor in other parts of your body. So really, it's a big difficulty, big challenge for a film actor to do a theater show or a musical show. Is really difficult. Whereas a theater actor, they are so alive, because you have to use your full body. So when it comes to screen acting, my experience is I was constantly told by my director, you have to be smaller, be more subtle.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, you don't love me. But if it's a close-up, you just need to, you don't love me.
Yeah, more subtle.
Yeah, so, but I was so used to acting on stage. So yeah, but it's a transition, but it's not impossible.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and it's good to have your full body alive.
I think some actors can do both stage and film really easily. Not all of them, but I think some of them can do it really easily.
Yeah. So let's talk about good acting and good actors. What do you think? I don't know what my question should be. What do you think? So when you see someone's performance on stage, for example, or in film, how would you determine if they are good? The acting is good.
I think firstly is believability. If I believe what I'm seeing is true, I think that's the first foundation.
Yes.
Because if you don't believe it, you're thinking, then what's the point? So I've noticed a lot of people watch TV shows or go to the theatre to kind of escape their own lives in a way because of the them being in mundane things. And if they're watching something that's not believable, then they're just wasting their time.
And they want to see their projection. Yeah. That's why we have so many rom-coms and chick flicks, and it sells to those people who want a knight in shining armor in their life, something. Yes, I agree with you. Believability, emotional truth. I think it's very simple. It's a simple goal for an actor, right? A good actor would be believable.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what I constantly tell my actors in my directing project. You just need to be believable.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like they're getting better, rehearsal after rehearsal. And I remember one a few days ago in one rehearsal, my actor said, "I'm starting to believe I'm playing the character." And yeah, when I saw her um, do the scene, I believed it. So like I was happy and I was almost crying when she said that, you know, because she's starting to get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
I think as well, don't try and play the character in order to get the audience to believe it. Because if you believe it yourself, then the audience will automatically.
oh
Whereas
my
I think too many people try and think, oh, I have to get the audience in this. They'll come in automatically if you're in it completely.
yeah.
You know?
I don't think we should care about the audience. Like, I mean, yes, we want you to see the show, but to be good actors, we need not to care about you, because it's like when you're concerned about what the audience see. This is the two possibilities. One, you're caught up in like how do I look like? You know, do I look good? Like you know, you're not just acting for the sake of the character anymore, but you're acting for yourself as
Yeah.
the real person. Like, do I look good on stage? You know, should I like pull my hair back, or you know, what is my best angle? Something like
Yeah.
that. Instead of just no, it's not about the best angle, but about you're being angry. So be
Yeah.
angry, not just show them you're angry.
Yeah, because if someone's playing Hamlet, if I was playing it where my father got killed, I wouldn't be thinking, how do I look best saying something? I'd be thinking my father's dead.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So I
that's a
think
good example.
if you have that emotion inside you, then you automatically won't be thinking, how do I look? Because it just won't be believable if you're thinking.
Yeah, if you're concerned about someone else's thinking, and like, I'm surprised, like, cause you know all these things I got from the acting classes I take at Wesleyan College, in my theater program. Just like my acting coach slash director, like constantly banged on our head that believability, emotional truth, you know. And, but where did you get these things from?
Just reading in books.
What books?
A lot of Stanislavski's work, like an actor prepares, building a character. Also, just people speaking to people that are in the industry already. Speaking, some of my friends are already actors. I was just talking to them, and like I'd randomly go to some workshops, either by the Royal Shakespeare
Yeah.
Company or whatever else. So I just start talking to people,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, you just pick these things up,
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
talking with people like you, for example, because you're bringing your experience, I'm bringing my experience, and together we're collaborating and learning from each other.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I think it's a lot about picking up along the way,
Yeah.
rather than like it. You need formal training too, but acting is a very long process. Yeah, it's not just like taking a class and then you're good at
Yes.
it.
You're always learning.
Yeah.
Every single day you're working. I mean, I think a lot of people think that all I have to do is just go on the stage and be something. No, you have to look at the history of what has happened, and there's so many layers beneath it.
Yes,
like-
yes. See, okay, talking about the scenes we do, why do we have to meet outside rehearsals? Like, rehearsals are usually 1 hour and a half, right? And we met for 3 hours the other day to go just over 2 scenes. And you know what we did? We first read through the scene,
Yeah.
just read through it, and then we talked about what's happening in the scene, and then we talked about the exposition.
Yeah.
So like what happened before that, what's the state Cedric and Sarah are in by this point, and then we also, it's not just about the exposition, but also making choices. I think like for actors, you know, this is why directors need to give actors room to act, to explore, because we have to make choices. In the script, it's not like black and white. Okay, he's sad, so you're sad. But there are thousands of reasons for the characters to be sad, and sometimes you have to pick a choice why he's sad, and then also pick a choice for your action. So like like in that scene, Sarah, the first scene between Sarah and Cedric, we usually played in our rehearsal with Mark as, I don't know what we did. I didn't really have a clear action, but I played it as, very one way.
I think we just ran for it. And so we
Yeah.
didn't, I mean, I think the problem is if you don't think through a scene and you just play it, it's only going to be one dimensional and it's just going to
Yes,
fall flat.
Very
That's
flat.
what happened.
Yeah, and really, when if said, you know, it's just we're just dragging through the scene. It's right, you know, like I wasn't frustrated or angry. Like I really appreciated she saying that because it's real. And then yeah, so we talked about how we can play the scene, you know, in different way. Like
Yeah.
I can comfort you, I can try to flirt with you, seduce you, and then we start to have much more colors, many more colors in the scene. So, by the way, what time is it?
5 to.
Okay.
My last point I'll throw. I think it's important you play with the scene. I mean, I feel if I was doing this again, I think I would have said, forget about the script. Forget about the script and play with the characters. I can't stress it enough. If I don't play with my character, I don't know who he is. But if you play with the character and then put the words on top, because too many people think the words are the most important thing, but they're not.
No.
It's finding what the character is. I mean,
Yes.
because for all we know, saying a line in the way you believe it is could be better in the actual script. I'm not saying throw away the script at all, but first learn who your character is and then put the script on top of it and it'll make so much more.
Yes, yeah. And I tried that with my actors too. So it really it helps. But also like I think before just throwing the script away and just playing with the character, the actor needs to do their homework.
Yeah.
Like look at the script to see who your character is, you know, before you can and know like the general objective and action for your character in the scene, or else it'll be a waste of just playing the character without knowing anything about them or the scene. Well, I think we've had a good and intense talk today.
Definitely.
But still, there's so much more to talk about,
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
So, folks, whenever we feel like it, we'll meet up again and talk about, you know, just ranting about theater, film, passion, acting, blah blah blah. Another day, I've got to go now.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy your life and your Easter vacation. Bye.
Stop it, actor.